You don't need 6 characters. You don't need a roster of 6. It's a lie. Your characters will never, ever, ever pay you back, ever. They never do. They never pay you back. You spent way too much. The accessories, the raw honing costs, they never pay you back. Coxon, you're saying copage? You literally have 1 character. You can't even do Brel 1 through 6 on any other character that you have. That's the only reason you're 1580. The only reason you're 1580, Coxon, in this game, and the only gold that you bought was the only reason is because you have 1 character. It's true. You know it's true. That's the only reason Coxon's 1580 is because he has 1 character. Imagine if you were to dump all of the event mats on 1 character. Imagine if you never bought other class engravings. Imagine if you never bought other class accessories. Imagine if you never bought those gems, you never spent the raw honing gold, and you dumped it on 1 character. The people that have like 6, 14, 15, 60 characters or 6, 15, 40s, imagine if you never had that and you dumped on 1 character and maybe you had a couple alts that you fed some mats into. You'd be juiced to the gills. But you don't do that because you want to have new classes, right? You do it for the fun. But the idea that you need a roster of 6 is a lie. It's so false. It actually slows you down so much on your mains progression. It does. You don't make enough gold to pay back the shit that you're spending on. You just don't. Unless you just don't ever hone them and you literally keep them in like fucking turtle jail for a year. Then sure, you just matchmake turtle and you feed leap stones. Some people might do that, but like most people, you're gonna buy those 5x3s, you're gonna wanna test the juicer build, and that costs so much gold. I mean, we can put it into math perspective. Let's assume you're using your mats to hone. So you're not, you know what I mean? Let's say you're just raid gold, okay? As before, we can even use before nerf. 4,500 Vulcan, it's 4,500 Vulcan, 4,500 Vicus, and let's say you're just doing, I don't know, let's just say 4,500 again. On average, I don't know, maybe you're fucking not even doing 4,500 Brel 1, 2. This is like on average, right? Okay, now it's nerfed, I get this, this is pre-nerf, right? That's 12,000 gold a week, okay? 12,000 gold a week, not assuming you're doing Brel. So I don't know, are you 5x3? What are you doing, clown? I don't know, maybe you're not even doing that, because how are you gonna have the engravings to even do it in the first place, right? The gems and like that, I don't even know. This is like the average player. Bro, before the books, it's taking you weeks to pay that back, weeks. And then are you gonna make another character to do that again? How much is that gonna cost you? It's taking you weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, assuming you haven't spent a couple 100,000 gold on the character. It takes you fucking forever, boys. Forever. You can give me the 6 igniter guy. I mean, that's a 1 in a fucking, how many people have like 6 of the same class? I mean, oof. I mean, that's a big oof. You know, 6 of the same class. I mean, that's a fucking fat oof. A lot of people are like, yo, I'm making an Aeromancer. Yo, I'm making an Artist. Yo, I'm making a Slayer. Like, that's the average person. The average person doesn't have 6 of the same class. You don't need a roster of 6. In fact, I would tell you that you're doing it because you enjoy the class. You're not doing it for the Corpa gold. You make a cap at 6, but very few people are actually making back the gold. It takes forever. Forever. Again, you have to hone to 1490 to get there. How many leaves did you spend? How much gold did you spend? Just raw honing it up. I mean, you can look at Maxwell, it costs you shitloads. It sucks. It's about 60K gold with bound mats from 1445 to 1495 on NA East right now. First of all, right now, not before. You're saying right now. On top of that, bound materials, bro. You know how many leap stones that is? That is ass loads. Bound? Were you running chaos dungeons for a year? Bound materials, 5K bound? Bro, you make like fucking 20 a week. Bound? I'll see you next year, bucko. I'm telling you, boys. You make classes because you like them. How many of you made an alt because you like making alts? How many of you make an alt because you like it? You don't think about the corporate aspect of it, but telling people you need a roster of 6 is cap. You don't. I remember when I first started playing this game, Canon was like, if you want to play this game, you need like 2 to 3 characters. Having an extra couple, helpful. Having a roster of 6 and running all these dailies and alts and weeklies, it's literally, it's not necessary. It's not. You have to have some, but a roster of 6 is cap. You're funding your alts. You're funding your roster. You're doing it because you want to. Dude, every event that you've had, every single event that's dropped in the game, every vendor material, if you were just to dump it on your characters and push the same few characters. I told Coxon to make a gunslinger. You know what he did? With the Hyper Express, he made a paladin that he's never going to use. He made a paladin. What's the paladin's item level now, Coxon? On this last Hyper Express. What is it? It's nothing. I'm not even making fun of him. It's 1445. I'm not even making fun of him. I'm just showing you that, like, that's the way he plays, and he's one of the highest eye-level people I know. You know, he doesn't play as much as everyone else. He does his dailies, he logs off, he dips, he calls it Lost Fart, and he's 1590. He's like, I have to get ready for a con. He's one of the highest eye-level people I know that barely fucking, like, really, like, doesn't juice a lot. You don't have to have it. It's just about having a couple characters. Having roster 6, literally a scammo. Literally a scammo in this game. Main enjoyer, yeah. You have a point, I agree. I'm telling you, man. Ask anybody. Ask ATK. You don't need that shit. ATK does it because he's a fucking degenerate. You know what I mean? He's not doing it because he needs it. ATK has 6 characters. 6 characters at Voldyke. You know what I mean? But when he was, you know, remember the clip where ATK smacking the desk and shit like that? He's like, I hate honing. The motherfucker has 6 characters or some shit, like 5 characters at 1620. You know what I mean? Of course you're banging the goddamn desk, man. You're fucking going to insano mode, dude. 6 characters at 1620, that's insane. It's crazy. Now listen, if you're bussing and shit like that, then yeah, maybe you're making your gold back for sure. If you're bussing and you're slanging those things, I mean, it looks like you're working a job, but you're getting paid in like NFTs and cryptocurrency. But at the same time, if you're bussing, you're probably making, you know, it looks like a job getting paid in NFTs, but you're probably making decent gold and you're going to make that shit back. But like, if you're not bussing, you're just enjoying the game, it's going to take you a long ass time. If you know life the game, it gives you no choice but to have a raw. Of course, if you know life the game, you got nothing to do other than making new characters. 100%. You're not wrong on that. If you're no lifing, you're time gated and wanting to play more, you make a roster. You're not wrong, 100%. But I'm just saying, you don't have to have that approach, right? This is what I know, boys. I got MMO aim. I got fucking ADD. The one thing I know, dude, is MMOs just have like boring periods where you're I've been here before a lot. So it is what it is, dude. Look, listen, I can draw this for anyone in the chat, and you all know this. Here we go again for the fucking pimp. What is this? What does this chart represent? Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this. What does this chart represent, boys? It's the despair chart. Okay? This is how it always goes, boys. Okay? Time. We'll put hype. Patch day. Roadmap. Loa on. This is how it always goes. On these times, you're like, oh, and right now we're like here. It's like, oh my God, Stoopzz, they fucking really do love us. They're speeding it up. Holy shit, they dropped the booba skins. Oh my God, Stoopzz, did you see? They're giving us an extra Hyper Express. They nerfed the honing shards. They nerfed the honing requirements. They really do care. Summon Park is real. Mr. Zoomin. We're fucking going at the speed of light, boys. It's zooming time. You know what I mean? Like, that's what happens, right? Like, right here. And then and then, dude, a few weeks go by, fucking like a month or 2 goes by, and then we're like right here. Holy shit, Steve's just fucking despair, dude. Hellfire in the fucking chat. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes. Like, you know what I mean? I think I'm fucking done. I'm taking a break. Farewell. This is my fucking bus stop. Holy shit. You see D4 coming out on the corner? Oh my God. They got fucking the ability to track quest Stoopzz. Holy shit. You see the fishing in blue protocol? It's got giant booba and you can hold each other's hands. Right? Like, that's just what happens. Like, you just go through, like, these different games, and then it's just how it is. So you just get used to it. And then the most important thing, boys, is that you come and play and enjoy these times, right? And then when you're feeling this, you just chill out for a little bit. Just do something else, you know what I mean? Just fucking hang out, enjoy your life. Why do you drive for Among Us? That's the chart of my gold in Lost Ark, yup. It's just how it be. They do look like Among Us. Yeah, it's just how it is, man. You just kind of go through these little phases of ups and downs. There's things to do, things to look forward to. When you're in the bottom of the pit, you know, it's Lost Fart. It's just how it is, dude. Every MMO is like this, man. Literally every single one. This chart represents all games, all patches, everything, you know? Any MMO. Because MMOs are all about the content that you have to do in them if there aren't a lot of social systems. Everything just out of our reach. I mean, I think this game has been I think our version has been super fucking generous with everything being within your reach if you're playing the game. Like, there hasn't been a raid launch since maybe... Was Vicus hard out of reach? Argosy was like insane. Argosy was fucking crazy. Argosy felt like a con launch. Yeah, I guess Argos. Argosy was like, dude, this doesn't feel... Argosy felt like a con launch, straight up. I'm like, what is this? 3 days before the raid comes out, they announce it, and it's like, what? How many mats do I need? I guess Argos. Every other raid has been like, dude, it's like Bing chilling. You're just showing up the raid. You got fucking, you know, you got your fucking, you know, John in your static donk walking in at 1575, just like sub. You know what I mean? Like, you have all your fucking friends just showing up in your static, your friend group of people that you know, just walking into the raid, like just way over geared. Like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, it was crazy. Argos was just nuts. If Argos literally was there at launch, though, and they never dropped it, I think some people would have bitched, but I think some people wouldn't have cared, you know? I think it's when I think they just didn't do it correctly. Yeah, it was literally unachievable, man. Argos felt like unachievable. I mean, some people got there. I think Yasuo literally got there free to play the first week, which I know is fucking crazy. I think he did, but by the end of the week, he did, though. Cannon was fucking juicing. It was you had to have had insane RNG. Like, you could get there, like, if you had really good RNG and you were grinding hard, you could have potentially made it there by the end of the week. Like, not the day of, but like, I mean, like Saturday or Sunday after it launched, you might have made it, you know? But it was insane RNG, right? I got there the first week and it wasn't worth it at all. I could have been way more rich selling mats instead. Dude, I was selling hella materials, man. And I remember everyone was telling me, dude, I was selling my boat mats 1st of July. Sheesh. Wait, that's kind of later on, huh? People are like, dude, what are you selling? How are you going to hone, man? You're selling all your boat mats. And I'm like, bro, dude, my weekly weapon crystals were selling for like 30K gold. My weekly weapon crystals that I got from the boat were selling for 30,000 gold. Put that into perspective. Boat materials were selling for 30K, dude. These things were 1K a pop at one point, dude, or like 2K a pop. These bad boys, if you were playing at the launch, you remember this. These were like, I think it was 3K, then they went down to 1K. It was insane, dude. It was fucking insane. It was like 3K per, then it went 1K. It was just insane, dude, how much gold you could make. Leaf stones were like 1,000 gold each. Fucking leaf stones were like 1,000 G each, dude. You were making 8K a Guardian raid. You were making 8K a Guardian raid. And then people were like, fuck, man, it's so hard to make gold right now. I'm like, bro, just sell your mats. You're making 8K a Guardian raid. It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. It was fucking crazy at the launch. I remember I had like 600,000 gold I was just sitting on, dude. We had to hone to do Argos. Yeah, hone to do Argos, boys, so we can make that sweet 1,500 gold. Meanwhile, fucking like Valganos pays you like 8K, dude. I mean, you could get a class accessory though, right? You could get a class accessory and go to the moon if you did get one, you know? It was insane, boys. It was fucking insane, dude. It was an insane time in the game. Class accessories were insane. They sold for 500K. Yup. The launch was an insane time. An insane time.